There is a hidden truth about manifestation that almost no one dares to tell you. And if you miss this, every dream you chase will keep slipping further away. Listen carefully, because the clock is ticking. The moment you say you want something, you create distance. Not because desire is evil, not because life is punishing you, but because wanting itself vibrates lack. Every signal of wanting whispers to the field, "This is not mine." And the field, perfect in its coherence, echoes that signal back. What do you receive? More absence, more waiting, more chasing. You may visualize, you may affirm, you may even feel inspired for a moment. Yet if the energy behind your actions still says, "I don't have it," then that is exactly what becomes your reality. This is the invisible trap, and most people never escape it. Wanting hides inside ambition. It hides in goals. It even hides in prayers. You say you want abundance, but the vibration underneath cries out that it is missing. And so the field responds with emptiness. Now imagine this. Infinite versions of you already exist. The one who is struggling, the one who is thriving, the one who already has everything you are chasing. These are not fantasies. They are frequencies. Which one becomes real depends only on the signal you emit right now. When you stop wanting, you stop broadcasting separation. You stop reinforcing not enough. And you begin transmitting presence, certainty, embodiment. That is when reality bends. That is when opportunities appear as if out of nowhere. Not as miracles, but as natural reflections of who you have become. So hear this warning. Every second you stay in wanting, you delay the life already waiting for you. The field is not listening to your words. It is listening to your state. And the question is urgent. What are you broadcasting in this very moment? Now let me ask you, what if you were never just a dreamer? What if you were the architect of reality itself? What if your very awareness was the blueprint the universe had been following all along? You have been told that effort alone creates success. You have been told that more desire means more results. But look closely. Has that been true for you? Or have you noticed that the harder you want, the further it seems to slip? This is not failure. This is a signal revealing that your state, not your struggle, is the true creator. Science whispers the same thing. In quantum experiments, the simple act of observation changes the outcome. The observer collapses possibilities into one reality. Who is the observer in your life? You. And what does your state decide? Which version of your life solidifies? Think of it. Every choice, every thought, every emotion. A vote for one timeline over another. The question is not whether reality responds. The question is, which reality are you feeding with your focus? In America, a woman once lived in constant scarcity. She repeated affirmations daily. She prayed for abundance. Yet her life stayed the same. Why? Because beneath her words, her body still broadcast lack. Then she made a shift. She practiced mindfulness, aligned her feelings with the version of herself who already had enough. And within 1 year, she built a thriving company. Not because she fought harder, but because she became coherent. This is your invitation. You are not here to beg the universe. You are here to align with the self who already holds what you seek. That self is not a fantasy. It is as real as the chair beneath you. It already exists in the field, waiting for your alignment. So stop asking when it will come. Stop wondering if it will happen. Step into being. Feel the state of already having. Broadcast certainty instead of absence. The field will not argue. It will not doubt. It will simply mirror you. This is why the words you speak matter less than the state you hold. You can affirm abundance 1,000 times. If the vibration is lack, the echo will still be empty. But one breath, One moment of true presence. One heartbeat of alignment. And the field shifts. You are the creator. Not tomorrow. Not one day. Now. Every second you hesitate, you reinforce separation. Every second you align, you collapse a new version into being dot. So I ask again, what are you broadcasting in this moment? Feel it, decide it, embody it dot, and then declare it. Right now dot, comment these words. I am the creator. Let your fingers write the truth your soul already knows. Let the field hear your signal. Because this moment is not just another passing second. This is the doorway. And the key has always been you. The power you are searching for has never been outside of you. It has always lived within. But have you forgotten it? Have you been trained to look outward, waiting for approval, waiting for recognition, waiting for the world to tell you that you are enough? How many times have you delayed your dreams because someone else did not clap for you? How many times did you question your worth simply because no one handed you permission? This is the trap, and it is subtle. You keep handing away the keys to your own life, hoping someone will return them with applause. But deep down you already know. The strength you are starving for is already yours dot. So let me ask you, why keep begging for what is already in your hands? Why keep waiting for validation from those who cannot see the fire inside you? There is something you must understand. Psychologists call it the locus of control. Some people live with an external locus. They believe the world, luck, chance, or other people hold the strings of their life. Others live with an internal locus. They know that even when life throws storms, they are the captain. They are not powerless. They decide the course. Which one are you living from? Which signal are you broadcasting? Science confirms what the ancient teachers already knew. Joe Dispenza has shown in countless studies that when your brain and heart move into coherence, your entire body begins to radiate a frequency of attraction. Instead of pushing opportunities away, you magnetize them. Instead of chasing, you draw in. Your biology itself becomes the evidence of your inner alignment. Dot, think about it. When your mind says yes, but your heart is filled with doubt, the signal is scrambled. The field cannot respond clearly. But when thought and feeling lock together, the universe bends. People call it coincidence. They call it luck. But it is alignment dot, and here is the truth most never hear. You do not need the outside world to confirm you. The outside world is only reflecting you. If you crave respect, begin by respecting yourself. If you crave love, begin by embodying love. If you crave wealth, begin by living in the energy of already having enough. Remember the story of a young man in America. He was stuck in a job that drained him. Every day he dreamed of building something greater. But he hesitated, waiting for someone to say he was ready. One day he realized no one was coming to crown him. So he crowned himself. He trusted his inner power. He started small, with nothing but an idea and belief in his own signal. Within a few years, that small step grew into $1 million startup. Not because he begged for approval, but because he embodied it dot. So I ask you now, what about you? How much longer will you wait for someone else to name your value? How much longer will you postpone the life that is already within reach? The energy of waiting is the energy of lack. The energy of owning your inner power is the energy of creation. The difference is night and day, and the choice is yours right now. Feel into this moment. You do not need another certificate. You do not need another applause. You do not need another person to give you the green light. You are the green light. You are the permission. You are the signal. And when you finally act from that knowing, everything shifts. People begin to respond differently. Opportunities arrive in unexpected ways. Life bends in your favor, not because it suddenly changed, but because you did dot So here is my invitation. Stop searching for power in places it has never lived. Stop delaying because the crowd has not clapped yet. The applause you are waiting for is the echo of your own certainty. If you feel this truth stirring inside, let it move you. Declare it. Act on it. Embody it. The world does not reward waiting. It rewards alignment. So let me press this question into your heart. If you already hold the power, why are you still pretending you don't? You know the answer. You feel it rising now. The power you seek has always been yours. Step into it. And if you are ready, show it with a simple action. Asterisk, tap the heart. Let this be your signal. Let this be your declaration. Let the field mirror back the truth you finally claim. And as you do, carry this final question forward. If you are already powerful, if you already hold the keys, then what is the real reason you keep delaying? What fear is still whispering in the dark, keeping you from stepping fully into the self you already are? Procrastination is not because you are lazy. It is because you are afraid. Afraid of what? Afraid of failure. Afraid of judgment. Afraid that if you start, you might prove to yourself that you are not enough. So you delay. You scroll. You wait. You fill the silence with excuses. But deep down you know the truth. The clock is moving. The opportunities are passing. And every day you wait, you are training your body to believe that fear is stronger than you doubt. So let me ask you, how many dreams have you buried, not because you could not achieve them, but because you never allowed yourself to begin? How many times have you told yourself tomorrow, only to watch tomorrow turn into years? Psychology has proven it. Procrastination is not a symptom of laziness. It is a mask for anxiety. It is the shadow of perfectionism. It is the echo of fear whispering you are not ready. But here is the paradox. You will never feel ready until you start. This is the trap. You wait for courage to arrive, but courage only appears after action. You wait for confidence, but confidence is born in the doing. So what is the way out? Break the mountain into pebbles. Slice the impossible into pieces so small that fear cannot stop you. Take one step, write one line, speak one word, act for 10 minutes, and watch how momentum destroys the weight of hesitation. There is a story of a writer in New York. For 8 years he avoided his novel. 8 years of excuses. 8 years of waiting for the perfect moment. Then he tried something radical. He told himself, just 10 minutes a day. That was all. No more pressure. No more perfection. Just 10 minutes. And 10 minutes became 20. 20 became hours. Months later, the book was finished. That book became a bestseller. Not because he erased fear, but because he acted through it. Do you see? The chains of procrastination are fragile. They only feel heavy because you never move. The moment you take one step, they begin to shatter. So why are you still waiting? What are you protecting yourself from? What would actually happen if you started right now? Imagine your life a year from today. Will you be grateful that you acted, or will you regret that you stayed frozen? The choice is in this breath. The choice is in this heartbeat, and I want you to feel this deeply. Action is not the opposite of fear. Action is the antidote to fear. Fear cannot survive movement. It feeds on delay. It feeds on hesitation. But when you move, even in the smallest way, fear shrinks. Science supports this. Studies show that when people commit to micro-actions, their anxiety decreases. The brain begins to release dopamine with every completed step. This chemical reward rewires the loop. Instead of associating action with fear, your body begins to associate action with pleasure, progress, reward. That is how habits are born. That is how momentum is created. That is how fear loses its grip. So ask yourself right now, what is one step so small you can take today that fear cannot stop you? One call, one page, one choice. Do it, and you will feel the shift. Do it again tomorrow, and you will become unstoppable. Because procrastination is not who you are. It is only a pattern. And patterns can be broken the moment you decide not. So if you hear this message, do not just nod. Do not just agree. Act even now. Let this be the moment you rewire your story. Comment the words. Act now. Write it so your subconscious cannot forget it. Write it so your body begins to align with action instead of delay. And hold this question in your heart as you move forward. If you truly broke free from fear, if procrastination no longer ruled your days, who would you become? What version of yourself is waiting on the other side of action? The world does not need a perfect copy. The world needs the real you. But how many times have you hidden yourself? How many times have you put on a mask just to be accepted, just to fit in, just to avoid judgment? You try to please. You try to adapt. You try to shape yourself into the image others expect. And yet, the more you do, the more disconnected you feel. Tell me honestly, have you ever succeeded in being everything for everyone? Or has it only left you exhausted, hollow, unseen? This is the silent prison. The more you chase perfection, the further you drift from truth. And here lies the secret. Authenticity is not weakness. Authenticity is power. When your inner state aligns with your outer expression, you send a signal so strong it cannot be ignored. You become coherent. You become magnetic. People feel you before they understand you. Science proves this. Research by Brené Brown reveals that vulnerability is not a flaw. Vulnerability is the very bridge to connection. The moment you allow yourself to be seen as you truly are, the walls between you and others collapse. So why are you hiding? What are you protecting? What would actually happen if you dared to be real? Consider the story of a woman in America. For years, she silenced her anxiety, pretending to be confident, polished, untouchable. On stage, she wore the mask of perfection. Off stage, she crumbled. Until one day, she spoke the truth. She admitted her fear, her struggles, her fragile moments. And instead of losing her audience, she gained the world. That honesty transformed her into a global voice of inspiration. Do you see? The cracks you try to hide may be the very places where your light is meant to shine. The pieces you believe make you weak may be the key to your greatest strength. So let me ask you again. Who are you when no one is watching? Who is the self you silence in order to survive? And what would happen if that self finally stepped forward? The world does not crave another imitation. The world is starving for truth, for presence, for your higher self unmasked. And here is the paradox. The moment you stop trying to impress, you begin to impact. The moment you stop pretending to be flawless, you become unforgettable. Because authenticity resonates. People can feel it. The energy cannot be faked. Think about this. When you walk into a room pretending, the signal is weak. But when you walk in as yourself, without apology, the energy shifts. Conversations deepen. Connections form. Doors open. So why wait? Why keep rehearsing an identity that was never yours? Every second you wear the mask, the real you suffocates. Every second you deny your higher self, the life aligned with your truth slips further away. This is not about recklessness. This is about coherence. This is about standing so firmly in who you are that the field itself bends around your authenticity. Imagine for a moment that you stopped chasing approval. Imagine that you stopped bending just to be accepted. Imagine stepping into your life as your higher self, the one who does not need to prove, the one who does not need to hide. What would that feel like? What would that unlock? You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be real. And being real is not a risk. It is liberation. So I invite you now. Declare your truth. Step into it. Let the mask drop. Let the signal of authenticity broadcast into the field. If you are ready, comment these words. I am myself. Let the act of writing them anchor this truth into your body. Let the echo of those words remind you every time you doubt, because the world does not need your perfection. It needs your presence. It needs your humanity. It needs your higher self. And now I leave you with this question to stir in your heart. If you could finally trust your body to believe in this new reality, if you could embody your truth without fear, how much of your life would transform? And what version of you would rise? Your body is the bridge between your mind and reality. But have you ever noticed this? You think positive thoughts. You repeat affirmations. You visualize the life you want. And yet, deep inside, your emotions rebel. Your body refuses to believe. Why? Because the body keeps score. It remembers stress. It remembers fear. It remembers every signal of lack you have rehearsed for years. And until the body is trained, your mind cannot convince it. So here is the hidden truth. Transformation is not just a mental game. It is physiological. It is cellular. If your body does not align, your reality does not change. And the question is urgent. How do you teach your body to believe a new story? How do you create coherence between thought, feeling, and state? The answer is simple, and it begins with breath. Breath is not just oxygen. Breath is code. Breath is signal. Breath is the key that unlocks coherence between the heart and the brain. Science proves this. The HeartMath Institute has shown that deep, rhythmic breathing increases heart rate variability, activating the vagus nerve, shifting your entire system into harmony. In this state, fear quiets. Stress dissolves. The body finally opens to a new reality. Let me show you one technique. It is called the 5-2-6 breath. Inhale for 5 seconds. Hold for 2. Exhale for 6. Repeat. Let your breath slow down. Let it sync with your heart. With every cycle, feel your body moving from chaos into coherence. And while you breathe, do not just think about your dream. Feel it. Imagine the wish already fulfilled. See it. Sense it. Let your body memorize the state of already having it. Because when the body feels it, the field mirrors it. This is not theory. This is not fantasy. This is training. Asterisk, consider the story of a veteran in America. After war, his body carried trauma. Nightmares haunted him. Anxiety consumed him. For years, he lived in constant fight or flight. Nothing helped. Until he discovered breathwork. Day after day, he practiced. 5 seconds in. 2 seconds hold. 6 seconds out. Slowly, his nervous system rewired. 6 months later, he found peace again. From that peace, he built a company to help others heal. His life did not change because luck arrived. It changed because his body was retrained to believe in safety, in balance, in possibility. Now, I ask you, what about your body? What story is it still carrying? What old signals is it broadcasting into the field? And how long will you let your biology argue against your destiny? This is your moment. You can wait for change, or you can breathe change into your cells right now. So pause. Inhale for 5. Hold for 2. Exhale for 6. Again, do you feel the shift? That calm, that presence, that certainty. This is coherence. And coherence is the bridge to manifestation. Remember this. The mind alone cannot trick the body. But when the body feels truth, the field responds instantly. This is why you must train it. Rehearse the feeling daily. Anchor the state in your physiology. Make your cells fluent in the language of abundance, love, and freedom. Every breath is a vote. Every inhale is a declaration. Every exhale is a release of the old signal dot, so do not wait for tomorrow. Try it now. Train your body now. Let the bridge between mind and reality finally align dot, and if you feel the shift already stirring, declare it. Comment your experience. Share what 3 minutes of coherence does for you. Anchor it with action dot, because in this exact moment, your body is listening. The field is listening. And the only question that remains is this: if the words you speak can hypnotize your subconscious, what will you choose to tell yourself? The words you speak do not only touch the ear, they touch the soul. Have you felt it before? A single sentence that pierced deeper than logic. A phrase that changed the way you saw yourself, the way you saw the world. Words that stayed with you long after the voice was gone. Why does this happen? Because language is not just communication. Language is creation. Every word carries an image. Every image plants a seed, and the subconscious does not argue with seeds. It grows them dot, so the real question is this: what seeds are you planting in your life every single day? Think carefully. When you say you are broken, you plant the image of fracture. When you say you are lost, you plant the image of wandering. When you say you are not enough, you plant the image of absence. And the field, responding faithfully, nurtures those seeds into your reality. But what happens when you choose new words? When you describe your life as a river, flowing and unstoppable? When you call your mind a garden, fertile and alive? When you name your journey a rising sun, certain and inevitable? Suddenly, the subconscious shifts. It does not resist. It simply accepts the metaphor and builds it into your being. Science confirms this. Studies in cognitive linguistics reveal that metaphors bypass resistance. They go directly into the subconscious, reshaping behavior faster than logic alone. Words paint pictures the brain cannot ignore. That is why so many spiritual teachers speak in symbols. That is why ancient texts are filled with stories, not lectures. Stories sneak past the guard of the rational mind. They embed themselves in memory. They transform you from the inside out. Consider the story of a teacher in America. He worked with students drowning in depression. Logic did not reach them. Motivation bounced off their walls of despair. So he tried something different. He spoke of seeds. He told them their thoughts were seeds, their actions were seeds, their choices were seeds. He said every day they planted something, whether they knew it or not. Slowly, the students began to see themselves differently. They began to nurture new seeds. Over time, the classroom transformed. From despair to hope, from silence to laughter, all because of a metaphor, all because of words that touched the soul dot. So I ask you now, what is the metaphor you are living by? What hidden story is directing your days? Are you the storm, restless and chaotic? Or are you the mountain, unshaken and eternal? Are you the prisoner, bound by walls of your own making? Or are you the key, unlocking doors that always stood open? The answer matters, because your subconscious is listening. It does not care if the story empowers or destroys. It only knows to follow the image you give it. This is why you must choose carefully. This is why your words cannot be careless. Every phrase is a spell. Every sentence is an instruction. Every word you speak is a brush painting the canvas of your reality dot. So here is the invitation. Choose metaphors that lift you. Choose images that free you. Speak of yourself as rising, as growing, as becoming. Describe your future as certain. Your journey is guided. Your being is whole. And do not just think it. Speak it. Write it. Declare it. Let your body hear the sound of your own transformation. because the field is not moved by your logic. It is moved by your vibration. And your words, chosen with intention, shape that vibration into form. So let us bring it back to you. Right now, what metaphor will you claim for your life? Will you call yourself the flame, unstoppable and bright? Will you call yourself the river, flowing through every obstacle? Will you call yourself the tree, rooted and rising? Whatever you choose, let it be yours. Let it be true. And let it be spoken. If this resonates, anchor it with action. Comment below the metaphor you choose for your journey. Let the words you write echo into your subconscious. Let them become the seeds of your next reality. Because the words you speak do not only touch the ear, they touch the soul. They shape the story you live, and they whisper to the field, declaring what must unfold. And now comes the question you cannot avoid. Words are powerful. Metaphors are magnetic. But how strong are they, really, if you never act on them in this very moment? The moment you take action, the universe responds instantly. Have you ever felt it? That surge of energy when you finally stop thinking, stop doubting, stop waiting, and you just move. One step, one decision, one bold choice. And suddenly, the world seems to rearrange itself around you. So why do you keep hesitating? Why do you keep waiting for the perfect plan, the perfect time, the perfect feeling? How many chances have slipped through your fingers because fear whispered not yet? Let me tell you this. Change never comes in the waiting. Change arrives in the doing. The secret is not in massive leaps. The secret is in the first step. That small action that breaks the chain of inertia. Because once you move, momentum takes over. Science calls it the activation effect. Your brain resists starting, but once you begin, the resistance dissolves. Even the tiniest movement can flip the switch. One action pulls you out of hesitation and into flow. Think of it like fire. At first, there is nothing but cold wood and silence. Then a single spark lands. The flame catches. Heat spreads. Before long, the fire roars. Action is that spark. Without it, nothing burns. With it, everything ignites. And here is the proof. A young woman in Texas once dreamed of sharing her voice. For months, she doubted. She told herself she was not ready, that no one would care. That fear kept her silent. Until one night, trembling, she hit record. She uploaded her very first video. It was not perfect. It was raw, shaky, vulnerable. But it was real. That one action started a chain reaction. A year later, she was a full-time creator, inspiring thousands. All because she dared to act once. Now pause and look at your own life. What opportunity is waiting for your first step? What dream is suffocating because you have not sparked it with action? Ask yourself, what could change if you stopped waiting and moved right now? Do not underestimate the power of small. Writing a single page can grow into a book. Making one call can open a career. Speaking one truth can shift a relationship. The smallest step is the biggest shift. And here is the urgency. Every second you hesitate, you train your body to believe that fear wins. Every second you move, you prove to yourself that courage is alive. Which signal do you want your body to remember? The universe is not waiting for perfection. The universe is waiting for motion. So breathe, decide, act, right now. Feel that tension in your chest? That hesitation? That is not a stop sign. That is the signal that you're standing at the edge of transformation. And you already know what happens. When you stay still, nothing. The story repeats. The dream fades. The regret grows. But what happens when you act? Doors open. People appear. Energy shifts. The story changes. So I ask you directly, what is the step you can take in this moment? so small that fear cannot stop you. Write one word. Send one message. Press one button. Do it, and you will feel the field bend. And if you are still doubting, remember this. The universe does not reward thoughts. It rewards action. So here is your invitation. If you are hearing these words right now, let this be your spark. Let this be your fire. Let this be the moment you break the chain. Asterisk, if you feel it, anchor it. Comment these words. Act now. Write them, and your body will remember. Write them, and your subconscious will shift. Write them, and you will signal to the universe that you are no longer waiting. Because the moment you act, life responds. The moment you move, momentum builds. The moment you choose, the universe mirrors that choice. So I leave you with this final question. The flame has been lit, but when doubt returns, when hesitation whispers again, how will you keep this fire alive? Doubt does not kill the dream, but it shuts off the signal. And here is the question. How many times have you asked yourself, does this really work? How many times have you let that whisper of doubt freeze your actions before they had a chance to bloom? You know the feeling. The spark is there. The inspiration is alive. And then the voice enters. What if it fails? What if I am fooling myself? What if nothing changes? This is the silent sabotage. Not because doubt is evil, but because doubt interrupts your frequency. It scrambles your signal. It tells the field you are uncertain. And the field, flawless in coherence, mirrors back that very uncertainty. So let me ask again. How much of your life has been delayed? Not because the dream was impossible, but because you turned off your own transmitter. Psychology has a name for this. Self-doubt. A form of internal resistance. It is not proof you cannot succeed. It is a conditioned response. And like every conditioned response, it can be retrained. What if you began to see doubt differently? Not as the end, but as a signal. A signal pointing to the edge of your growth. A signal saying you are standing in front of expansion. Because here is the truth. Doubt only appears when you step into unknown territory. Doubt is the shadow cast by possibility. So what if, instead of retreating, you leaned in? What if every time doubt whispered, you smiled and said, "Thank you for showing me where my next step lies"? Consider the story of a scientist in America. For years, he dismissed the law of attraction. He called it fantasy, a trick of wishful thinkers. But curiosity got the better of him. He tried an experiment. He began practicing the state of already having. Not hoping, not wanting, being. Slowly, his health shifted. His relationships improved. His life began to align in ways his logic could not explain. And the greatest skeptic became living proof. Do you see it? Doubt did not destroy him. Doubt guided him to the very practice that transformed his life. So let me bring it back to you. What if your doubt is not a wall, but a doorway? What if it is not a verdict, but an invitation? Because the field is not waiting for your perfection. It is waiting for your persistence. And here is the urgency. Every time you surrender to doubt, you cut the signal. You send out static. You tell the universe, "I am not sure." And the universe, without judgment, reflects that back. More confusion, more hesitation, more waiting. But every time you choose to believe, even when doubt is loud, you strengthen the frequency. You train your body to hold the signal longer. You collapse possibilities into reality. So the question is simple. Which signal will you amplify today? Feel the choice in your chest right now. Doubt or belief? Static or signal? Delay or destiny? You already know which one aligns with the life you crave. And if you need proof, look at your own past. How many times have you doubted, only to look back and see that belief would have carried you further? How many moments did you sabotage with hesitation when one step of trust could have opened a door? This is your turning point dot, so if you are hearing this message, anchor it now. Comment these words: I choose belief. Let your body feel the commitment. Let your subconscious record the signal. Let the field mirror it back, because doubt does not kill the dream. It only shuts off the transmitter. You hold the switch. You decide when the signal stays on dot, and now comes the next mystery. Once belief is alive, once the signal is steady, how do you recognize when alignment is already unfolding around you? When you change, the world begins to whisper to you. Have you noticed it? Those strange coincidences that seem too perfect to ignore. You think of someone and suddenly they call. You dream of an opportunity, and a door appears out of nowhere. You feel a quiet shift inside, and the outside world bends to match it. Is it chance? Is it accident? Or is it a signal? This is the mystery of synchronicity, the invisible language between your inner world and the universe around you. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. So let me ask you, how many whispers have you overlooked? How many signs have you dismissed as coincidence when they were the very proof that your alignment was already unfolding? Because here is the truth. The field speaks in signals, subtle, delicate, precise. And if you are too distracted, you miss the conversation happening all around you. What are the signs? Calmness, unexpected opportunities, shifts in relationships, the sudden appearance of exactly what you need in the exact moment you need it. This is not fantasy. This is coherence. The HeartMath Institute shows that when your heart and brain fall into harmony, you emit a frequency that draws matching experiences toward you. Like a radio tuned to a station, your state determines the song you hear. When you change the signal, the music of your life changes. Think about it. When you are in chaos, life feels chaotic. When you radiate fear, fear seems to surround you. But when you align into calm, into certainty, into coherence, the world reflects that same state back. Consider the story of an artist in California. For years, he struggled. No recognition, no opportunities. Then he committed to daily coherence practices: breath, presence, alignment. At first, nothing seemed different. But soon the whispers began. Small chances, unexpected calls. Until one day, the phone rang with the opportunity that changed his entire career. A gallery invitation that placed him on the global stage. Was it luck? Or was it the world whispering back the signal he had been sending? So let me ask you directly, what whispers are already calling your name? Are you listening? Or are you drowning them out with doubt, distraction, and disbelief? The signs are there. They always have been. But you only see them when you shift. And here is the urgency. The more you ignore synchronicity, the fainter the whispers become. The more you honor them, the louder they grow. This is how the field guides you. One signal at a time. One coincidence at a time. One undeniable alignment at a time. So notice. Pay attention. Write them down. Celebrate them. Train your body to recognize the whispers as confirmation. Because every sign is proof you are no longer broadcasting lack. You are broadcasting presence. Imagine this. You feel at peace. You hold the state of already having. Suddenly, the right person enters. The right call arrives. The right door opens. Not because you forced it, but because you aligned with it. Do you see the power of this? You are never walking alone. The universe is in constant dialogue with you. The only question is whether you are listening. So pause now. Think back. What signs have appeared in your life recently? What patterns keep repeating? What doors opened at the exact moment you needed them? These are not random. These are messages. The whispers of the world saying yes, Keep going. You are aligned, dot. And if you can feel this, if you know the signs are already around you, anchor it now. Share it. Comment the synchronicities you have experienced. Declare them so your subconscious knows this is real, because the moment you recognize the whispers, you amplify them. The moment you name the signals, you strengthen them. The moment you honor synchronicity, you invite more dot. So here is my final question. If the signs are already clear, if the whispers are already loud, then what stops you from stepping fully into the new reality waiting for you? You no longer need to try to manifest. You are the manifestation. Let that sink in. How would your life change if you stopped chasing, stopped begging, stopped waiting, and simply became? This is the turning point. The shift from wanting to being, from hoping to embodying, from lack to presence. Ask yourself, how long have you lived as if something was missing? How many times have you told yourself, when I get there, when I have that, when life changes, then I will feel whole? But what if wholeness is not waiting on the horizon? What if it is already here, in this breath, in this heartbeat, in this moment? This is the essence of transformation. Not becoming something new, but remembering who you already are. Science supports this truth. Neuroscience reveals that when you repeat new emotional states, you carve new neural pathways. Each repetition strengthens the signal. Each signal becomes a road. Eventually, the road becomes a highway, and your brain defaults to the new state automatically. You no longer rehearse abundance. You embody it. You no longer imagine confidence. You radiate it. Think about it. At first, a new belief feels fragile, like a path barely walked. But walk it enough times, and it becomes the main road of your mind. This is how you shift from effort to embodiment, from practice to presence. Consider the story of an athlete in America. For years, he trained his body but doubted his mind. He wanted victory, but his inner state whispered failure. Then he began a new practice. He lived as though he had already won. He ate, trained, walked, and breathed as the champion he desired to be. At first it felt strange, pretend, but over time the state became real. He no longer hoped to win. He carried the vibration of victory into every moment. And soon, the victories followed. His career transformed, not because he chased success, but because he became the signal of success. So here is the revelation. You are not waiting for reality to confirm you. Reality is waiting for you to confirm yourself. Do you feel the urgency? Every second you emit the signal of lack, the field mirrors it back. Every second you embody the signal of having, the field bends to match it. Which frequency will you carry forward? You are not separate from what you desire. You are not a beggar at the gates of the universe. You are the gate. You are the channel. You are the signal. So let me press this deeper. If you stopped asking when and started embodying now, what would change? What version of you would emerge? Close your eyes. Feel it, not as a wish, not as a hope, but as a state already alive in your body. Breathe as though it is done. Walk as though it is done. Speak as though it is done. Because when you do, the universe has no choice but to respond. This is the shift from manifesting to being, from trying to embodying, from searching to radiating. And the field does not argue. It mirrors. It reflects. It obeys the frequency you become. So hear this clearly. You are no longer waiting for the dream. You are the dream. You are no longer seeking the signal. You are the signal. If this resonates, anchor it now. Write it. Declare it. Comment these words. I already have it. Let your body feel the truth as your fingers type it. Let the field record the signal you are finally sending, because the moment you declare it, the moment you embody it, the mirror of reality bends. not tomorrow, not one day. Now, Dot, and so I leave you with this final question. The truth has been revealed. The signal is alive, and the doorway is open. Are you ready to step fully into the new reality that has been waiting for you all along? Right now, in this very moment, you are no longer searching. You have become. Can you feel it? The shift, the weight lifted, the signal clear. This was never about chasing a single desire. It was about stepping into a new identity, a new reality, a new life that no longer hides in the distance, but beats inside you right now. How long have you waited for this? How many times did fear, doubt, and hesitation steal your chance? And yet, you kept walking. You kept listening. You kept opening yourself. And here you are. Psychology confirms it. When a habit is repeated long enough, it rewires the brain. It becomes your new default. Not forced, not fragile, but natural, automatic, embodied. This is not theory. This is transformation. And it is happening to you. Remember this story. A small community in America decided to practice together. Breathwork, mindfulness, embodiment. At first, nothing seemed different. Weeks passed. Old doubts lingered, but they continued. 6 months later, 80% of them reported profound change. Health restored. Careers expanded. Relationships renewed. What began as practice became their new default reality. This is the power of persistence. This is the proof that when you repeat the signal of wholeness, life responds. Not slowly, not reluctantly, but with precision, with coherence, with force. So I ask you, what if you became part of this same collective wave? What if you joined not just with your own heart, but with the energy of thousands rising at the same time? What kind of field would that create? What kind of miracles would that amplify? Because here's the truth. Alone, your signal is powerful. Together, our signals become unstoppable. That is why this moment matters. Not tomorrow, not later. Now, if you choose this reality, declare it. Type it into the comments. Write the words, I step into my new reality. Let your fingers carry the vibration of truth into the field. If you feel the resonance, press like right now. That simple act is not just a click. It is energy sent. A pulse into the collective. If this message has stirred something inside you, share it. Do not keep it hidden. Pass it forward and watch how the ripple expands. Because someone out there is waiting for the exact signal. You are about to release. And if you are ready to walk this journey fully, subscribe. Not as a casual choice, not as another distraction, but as a vow, a commitment to yourself. Each time you return, each time you listen, you strengthen the signal. You reinforce the path. You keep the flame alive. This is not the end. This is the beginning, the real beginning. The old story is finished. The old patterns are done. Now you rise. Now you radiate. Now you embody the life that was always waiting for you. So I will ask one last time. Will you stay in the shadows of doubt? Or will you step into the light of your new reality? The choice is here. The moment is now. And the power is already yours.